Promote your brand here at Viral Hip Hop News. Hit me, Sam Ant, at dlsmediainc1@gmail.com. dlsmediainc1@gmail.com. Let's go.
Welcome to another episode of the Hip Hop Uncensored podcast. I'm your brother Roc-A from Hip Hop News Uncensored, and sitting across from me is my co-host.
What up, y'all? It's your man Sam Ant, CEO of Viral Hip Hop News, and you're in the building for a very special edition of the Hip Hop Uncensored podcast. You see who we got on our 12 o'clock, man. We got a special guest in the building, the OG himself.
What's up, people? What's your boy, Omillio? Thanks for having me. Didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, you good, brother. It's a pleasure to have you here, man. In the studio, Self-Made Studios, man. About to open up. Very excited. We got our brother Omillio Sparks on the show, man. So how you feeling, man? We knee deep into 2021, man. Damn near in 2022 now. It's been a lot that's going on these last couple of years.
Right.
How you feeling, man, overall?
I feel good, man. I think I'm doing out here doing what I'm supposed to be doing. I see people representing, doing what they doing. I come and holler, you know what I'm saying, with the folks. Some of this shit I do for clearly nothing on the strength, you know what I'm saying? Because my brand ain't built off all the same things everybody built their brands off. So, you know, just thanks for having me. I got up the road, we had a smooth ride. That was cool. You know what I'm saying?
Indeed.
You dig me?
Definitely appreciate you. So what's been up, man? You know, Omillio Sparks, state property.
Oh, man.
You know, legendary.
It ain't nothing, man. You know, the guys is out there. Shout out to the guy. Yesterday we just had an anniversary of the second album, 18 years of the album. And the business. So shout out to the whole squad of State Prop, because we was out there busting our moves together. So Neef and Free and all those guys was tagging me and all the rest of the guys from the city. And I was like, that's what's up. You know what I mean? 18 years in the business. Actually longer than that, because we did State Prop one. So all the years in the business is like, that's what's up, man. You raise some accounts, we kids, so now we get a little old. It was kids at the time when we grew up. You had to look back at it like, whoa.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It was an accomplishment.
I was going to ask you about that, looking back, because when you were into it, you were a young boy, and we were young boys looking at it. It's almost like the seniors in high school. We were the freshmen getting into the business and getting into the game, even in life. And you guys were kind of writing that recipe for us, you know what I'm saying? So talk about that, getting into the game early at a young age, real competitive in Philly, man. How'd you get into it?
Well, it's competitive, but it's either that or you running around with a pistol in a pack. Yeah. So you know, it's just, you got to make a choice in life, and we all trying to find our way. You know what I'm saying, about what direction we're gonna go in. But you know, you get past that. I think it give you time to grow. You know what I'm saying, see who you is, because we all trying to figure out who we are. So once you figure out that, you know, you find your way to be on. So as far as that thing about seeing what we did, I get to see people. I got jobs created. People was resume building, and folks went out there and they did their thing, and it was like, wow, you know, and you're having an impact like that. You ain't understand as from a young man perspective, because we're trying to learn the business. Right. And not only that, places to stay, and we going through regular stuff. We going through real shit. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? Right. We going through that kind of stuff. It ain't all what it's cracked it to be. Some people think it's easy on the route, but you know, it's just work. It's work, and then you get there.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So you grew up in West Philly.
West Side.
I love Philly, man. My mom's from Philly. Spent a lot of time in Philly, man. Growing up in Philly, how did that get you ready to be an MC, and what age you start rapping?
It gets you lyrically inclined. It gets you ready because of the hunger. It's pain. It's hunger and it's pain. You know what I'm saying? So if you from Philly, and everybody knows the home of the spitters. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's make us. I guess the poverty level made us more aggressive. On writing, the writing side of things. No disrespect to anybody out there, you know what I'm saying? It's just because it's a ghetto everywhere. So if we can, I just read something from my boy Rail the other day. I seen Rail. I think it was either the day or yesterday. And I don't know if y'all remember Rail, but he was saying how we connect to the public through what we do. It's not the same as
very different.
Everybody else is different. Yeah. So you know, whatever we doing, it's like it's a situation where we still connect in some way, shape, form, or fashion, because it's like that. You know, if you're working out to it. If you riding to it, you know what I'm saying? You got the music in your iPod, whatever you do, your phone, you know what I'm saying? You download, it is what it is. So that's what I was like that. And that was some deep shit, but that's what that.
So what age did you actually start rapping?
Oh man, you know, they used to laugh at me. Wow, what's up? Oh man, I was young. I think. Listen, I was young. I was a young cat. I was in the house chilling with, you know, one of the folks I was dealing with, and I'm sitting back. I had to be like 13 because I was just trying to figure out who up, you know, trying to work my situation. So I had to be up, but I was writing. So I think about 14, I had my first rap. About 14, but I was always around the music. You know, I was always around the music.
So what happened?
I'm not totally. I don't know how accurate that is, but it's around that age.
Got you. When did before state property, pre-state property, how was the buzz? How were you getting into the game, sharpening your craft? How was those times like pre-state property and then getting into state property? Because all of y'all from Philly, but correct me if I'm wrong. Did y'all even know each other getting into the group?
Well, I was independent. I knew I knew Oskino.
Right.
And, far as business, I knew Neef brother. Who else I knew? Freeway was from the city, and I heard of Mac. And Mac was out, and Chris was squad with Neef. And Petey was my boy. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Petey came after it. So when I was busting my move, I was like, "Come on, crack, we out." So that's how I got. But then you mean as far as how we got good, we're being around each other. And that's how we met. That's how I knew them that person.
Right.
What was the question again?
I was asking like, how was rap for you before state property? Like right before you got into state property?
Just running around. It was just it's like running around doing your day to day and just trying to figure out what happened. When I was going to the store, I wanted me something to drink. I might have said I wanted a 40. That's how I was coming up with my raps. It was just the environment, you know what I mean, and all the stuff that I was around and stuff like that. And I just jotted it down. It was your way out. That's your way out. Yeah, I didn't know how far it was going to go, because like I said, some people they might just think you tripping at the time, but until you unfold, because like I said, we got shit that's 20 years back, so everybody got time to go to see a person evolve into what they evolve into. So that's what it be.
So at what age? Correct me if I'm wrong. You was about 17, 18 when you got with Roc-A-Fella, right?
I signed about 17. So
okay.
So I'm doing my thing from like 13, 14. Whatever.
Right.
We start off, we come off the porch young. Yeah. We start doing our thing. So 14, 15, about 17, we signed. We signed, but then we wait. So about like another year. So it was like, all right, but I was still, I'm a pup. I'm not an adult yet. About 18, us as guys. I'm like, it's on. So then we introduced to the world on Hot 97.
And the rest was history. The freestyle was crazy.
Pretty much. Thanks. I was just looking at some of the clips earlier, like, oh, look at this here, man. I'm like, yeah. So I'll be seeing all this stuff that's going on. I'm like, yeah, stay proud. That word is that word.
Walk us through that before, like, the moments into going into Hot 97 and doing that. What was the environment like? What was the room like about to go in and do what y'all did?
Well, shit, it was Hot 97, and it was our first. They just threw us in there, like, it's time to rap. Let's see if you get out the studio. Go in the booth, like get out the booth. Let's see if we will get you out the studio. Let's see if we can go ahead and see what happened to you. So let's see what happened, and then it's like, oh man, we pulled it off. We pulled it off. I was like, wow, I think that jump went platinum in a day. But that's what the numbers was. I seen some of the numbers. I was looking at the numbers. Y'all know how it is when you start talking numbers. This is the numbers. This is the numbers. Yeah. But no, like I said, man, that was a great thing for music, like hip hop. That was a good thing for hip hop. So
So all right, so you and Oskino, y'all tandem, Oskino and Sparks, right?
But that's how we started.
That's how we started.
We started, Owen Sparks, and then we went to the group.
So the first time you met Jay-Z, how did Jay-Z hear about you guys? So you know what, I'm going to sign these cats.
Well, somebody, Black Friday was a label.
Okay.
Black Friday was a label. They lost the label, and then Dame and them took over at the meeting. That's the meeting. They took the meeting and all that kind of stuff, and then whatever was going on with them behind the scenes about how the artists, because labels is about allocating budgets and making sure you're taking care of who you take care of.
Right.
So if the other situation ain't working out right, you hear some things, somebody else will handle it. Like you said, we was younger guys, so anybody that's in the office, we just got to make sure we covering our asses. Like, where this advance at? Where my advance for this? Because I can't really deal with you on this level. We ain't signing all this stuff because you got to enforce this contract. Business wise, with the right amount of pipe, with the proper amount of cash. Right. So that's how that went, and then that's how it was. And then they stayed up. Black Friday, I think they did their own merger. They just went and ventured off the other things, and we stayed at Roc-A-Fella. Did you have to rap in front of Jay-Z or? Of course, yeah, him and Leo. So we was in front of him and Leo Cohen, and there was other groups around, other artists around us, and they chose to go with me and O. For that session when you was with Jay-Z, how did you rap, like a couple freestyles, 10 minutes? We rapped our ass off. I think we rapped there for 2 hours, man. Damn. Was there for 2 hours, man. After one record, I think, and then when we finally get to the other joint, it was another record, another song we did. He was like, that's it. We want them, and that was it. No, y'all were known as a group, but it wasn't until the movie where State Property. I forgot. Damn, my bad. Yo, the movies came. Nah, you good. That was 2001. Yeah, that was 2001. So the movies had came. So I'm like, all right, shit, we can get to do movies too. So it was like, damn, that's about the movie world too. The movie world wasn't playing. So no, we had Dame. They like, look, man, I know y'all are artists, but look, y'all gotta hold tight before y'all get over here. I'm like, all right, cool. I'm gonna get an acting coach. You know what I'm saying? Let me go ahead and do my thing. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, all right,
Baby Boy, right? It's Baby Boy.
Yeah, they say you stole the show on the joint.
It's
iconic, right?
Baby Boy. Now hold on, I forgot Baby Boy still because people. I go through it about this, y'all. People want me from music, and then they be like, all right, hold up, Baby Boy, Baby Boy, Baby. Because I've been doing a few things. So you're like, hold up, so I'm having to change my hats. You know, so I gotta change this hat, put this one on, if I can take care of this. But definitely, Baby Boy came to life at State Property 1, man. And that was a hell of a joint, man. I mean, I miss him. I'm ready. I've cut my beard off and be him for a few days or something like that. You know what I'm saying?
It's funny as hell. Come back old G.
Yeah, no. This is grown people like, oh, we like him with John. Like, man, that's Baby Boy. Ain't got one of them.
That's funny.
Yeah.
So I'll go.
Yeah, go ahead. Take it. You got it.
Talk about how life was. You West Philly, and growing up. Obviously, how a lot of young black men grow up in West Philly to being on top of the motherfucking world. Talk about that in life.
You know what I like? You know what I like about it is by you, while you going through all your fucked up shit, you don't realize where you go. You don't know where you gonna end up at. Right. So you sit back going through, you rumbling and you lose it and you rumbling and you lose it and you trying to figure out, yo, where am I going? Where this going? So you spazzing, but you working. You know what I'm saying? You get to channel your energy in the right direction. Perfect. So as long as you channel your energy in the right direction, it's gonna be like it's constant elevation. No matter what's going on, you're gonna constantly elevate. If somebody keeps saying, all right, it ain't about nothing, you got to get to a different place. You don't know when, how you're going to get there eventually, though, because you keep working and grinding. Right. Like I say, it's 2021. We started in 99. I actually started before 99, before I met them. So I'm still working. Right. I'm still grinding. And plus, if that's what you love to do, you don't stop. It's like if something going on, I ain't a part of it. My stomach hurt. Right. You know what I'm saying? My stomach started to hurt. So it'll be like, yo, man, what's going on? That's just what I'm born to do.
Dope.
So all right, let's go back to State Property. You had State Property, right? You with Jay-Z in the club, right? Right. And then he's going through. Y'all taking on all these opponents. Y'all going at Jada, the Locks,
these are rough
Mob Deep.
These are rough groups.
Yeah, everybody. And Ether comes on. Oh, yeah. Ether comes on in the club. Right. How did Jay-Z react, man? How did Jay-Z react? And how did y'all react?
That's how we do over here. That's how we do over here.
Hold up, listen. We in the club, and we Roc-A-Fella, so right. Roc-A-Fella is just Roc-A-Fella. Jay-Z, Roc-A-Fella, Game, State Pride, all that. The guys, and it's like, dang, man. So the opponent came in, and it's like we into the club, and everything stopped. It's like they talk about you, he call them all kind of names and all kind of stuff, and I'm like, wow, man, like, dang, man, what we gonna do? It's time to leave the club. Let's go to work. We can't sit in the party, so the Cristal didn't even taste the same no more. We like, yo, we out. We out. So that's how that was.
No,
that was crazy. That was crazy.
Was Jay-Z mad? Because at the beginning of the saying, like, fuck Jay-Z. Can you just imagine that? Somebody being in the club and it's like,
he always try to keep his cool. You know what I'm saying? He always trying to keep his cool. So it's like, he's like, how he, but he probably pissed, So, I think he did 2 records. Or 3 or something. He was snapping on them about that joint. I mean, he did a record on the Gift and the Curse joint. Yep. Yeah. He did the other joint about Super Ugly, and then it was like, we running. He was going at it. He was pissed. He had to be pissed.
Yeah.
He was
Blueprint 2 joint. Yeah.
Let me ask you this, because we just seen the Versuz with Dipset and the Locks, and I want to get into that too. But bro, it made me think about Dipset and Cam's time with the Roc. Did that kind of coincide with State Property's time with the Roc too?
We had a lot of stuff going on. Cam came afterwards, and he was a Harlem guy, so he's from Harlem, and Dane was from Brooklyn, and it was like State Property over there, and they had a squad over there. But we knew each other. You know what I'm saying? We kicked it, and it was just like that past. That's the past. And today we all there tell you stories. You look it up and you'll find it. You know what I'm saying? They'll tell you stuff about the situations and stuff like that. But me, I didn't have this thing about the difference between them. You know what I'm saying? They was whatever business they had going on up there. That's the kind of business they had going up there. Me, I was just like, yo, I'm like you said, kid from Philly, and trying to bust the door in my way. You see what I'm saying? Because I got folks back at home.
Yeah, you got to feed them.
I got to feed the folks. So my story is a little different.
Let me ask you this. From a group perspective, you got State Prop, and back then the groups were like the rap groups. Shit, you had y'all, you had the Locks, you had what G Unit was doing, you had Murder Inc. It was these mega groups with a lot of spitters in it. Right. The competitiveness was crazy, and Dipset was right there with everybody else. Right. How was the competitiveness between State Prop and Dipset? Was it always love within there, or was it kind of like,
Well, it wasn't competitive. It was our all right, we're gonna support y'all. If y'all do a video,
Dope.
we there. You know what I'm saying?
Word.
We're gonna do it like Jim Jones shot one of my videos too. He want me back. I don't with Old Dirty Bastard.
Word.
So he shot a video for us and all that kind of stuff. So it was like them guys was really on the business end, like from being there, and we was more like hungry. And so we was coming through like, yo, like, you know, what's going on? And if you call me about something, I'm coming to holler at it, and then I gotta, you know, I'm hollering at you, I'll holler at you a little later, but you grow to learn the business. So that's why we all start forming our own companies. There's companies that we form. Like I had started Beckman, and Neve started Forever Doing Me. Everybody had started their own companies because we was all LLC. So it was one of those situations where we was starting forming the teams and putting stuff around us. So we, you know, so we can you know, be involved into full-fledged legitimate companies.
Right.
So we walking moguls ourselves today. It's not the same as when we under the guys. You know, you can branch off and still, you know, because like you said, we earned a way to make money off our names.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We were found, you know, we just, that's all you did. You earn your own keep.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so it's like nothing to take away from the guys. It's like, that's what's up. I hear their name, we get to kick it, I CC, they be like, yo, what's up, Biggs, holler. I'm like, then that's what's up. You
That's
know
good
what I'm
to
saying?
know.
You know, when I was starting my companies, I started to holler at people. That was a few years back, you know what I'm saying? And I ain't really been running into too many other people. So I ain't had a chance to, but I'm like, hey, man, I'm grinding. It ain't like, you know, you don't see me grinding. You'll probably just see what you can see. And then be like, all right, that's what's going on. But behind the cut, I'm on business. I ain't, you know, that's what I'm on. So it's like, as long as I'm around tight circuit and all that kind of cool shit, everything I'm around, you know what I'm saying? Anybody that I'm around, anybody that I got an impact on or influence on is like, go ahead, keep grinding, I'm going to support you. This is how we do.
Go.
Now, at what point did you guys learn that? Because you wrote, the hook to Give It To Me, right? And then, you know, Jay-Z, he asked permission to take the song, but you don't get properly compensated. Like, your publishing wasn't set up. Your publishing house at the time. So talk about that. Yeah.
That time. So listen, this is
I
about
wish a
business.
motherfucker would now.
This is about business. Now, see?
I wish a motherfucker would.
Right, because now I know. Listen, if I take a loss for anyway, I don't care if it was 100 million. That's fine.
Right.
That's fine. So now I'm looking for another 100-something million.
That's right.
You understand where I'm coming from?
Sir.
So it's like, all right, cool. That's cool. That was at the time I ain't learned. That's what business is. We gonna learn from it. Ain't no business man start with nothing and it was something and he ain't lose yet. You gotta start with something and then you lose it and then you're like, what happened? Now you know what happened. You got the experience under your belt now. Now you experience, you're in the groove of things because your experience you lost. So it's like, that's what it is. So I think I seen some stuff with big bold letters there when they finally gave me my props, you know what I'm saying? But I ain't see it no more, so I don't know. But it's like, come on. It's like one of them things like, dog, like, you know, what's this about? Because it is what it is. I've been paying my dues and taking it on the chin and been a real cool sport about it.
Yeah.
So
you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Word.
So at what point, because you said that Jay-Z finally recognized that, so did you eventually get your publishing house together with that?
Yeah, I got
That's one of his biggest hits.
Yeah, Emilio Spark Pub is dead.
Okay.
So now I'm telling to the guys, like, all right, I got to catch back up with him too, you know what I'm saying? Because there's still a guy who has that, because we sat down with lawyers and went through all that kind of stuff. You know, I got other stuff that's still sitting, you know what I'm saying? So it's like I'm somewhere with it too, you know what I'm saying? So we can, it's picking and choose your battle. You want to argue, or you want to see let's still continue to make history. You know what I'm saying? Some of that stuff you got to be like, all right, what's up? I'm trying to do this way. I'm trying to handle things this way. But if, you know, we not acting across from the table like we are right now to really hash it out amongst the two, because it ain't too much to even argue about. We know you can make money with us. And because just like people can make money off us, we can make money with us. So when we get to a point where you can make money with us, then it's time to really sit down and have a real conversation.
Right.
Were you curious? Did your lawyer go back and calculate, like, all right, how much did we miss at some point?
I got to get back with them because they audit the shit out of this whole shit. I'm telling you, so that's why the shit be like happening like that. They be fucking with us. Like, all right, you know, audit means, you know, so it be like, you know.
Oh, shit. You don't even fuck that word. That word, boy. That's a scary word. Let me talk. I'm going to transition a little bit because I was going through your IG and you got a real good connection with the youth. I seen that Famous Dex, he was on there doing Baby Boy, and you got a great connection with the youth of hip hop. Right. And we give a lot of criticism to the youth of hip hop about the message and the drug use and things like that. But if we really dig into it, it's no real different than our genre and the genre before and the genre before that. So talk about that, man. Your connection with the youth and what your thoughts are on the current drug use
Well, you know that it's ugly, but it's true.
Yeah.
Drugs go hand in hand with the music business. I was doing plenty of drugs. You know, I had to stop. I had to give it up. You get tired. Your body get tired.
Yeah.
So it'd be like, all right, that. But you know, in that world, if you out and you living, first you around drugs, you around drinks, you around women.
Right.
Just the experience of it. It's like a crash course of college. It's like it's like you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But it ain't. It's just a real world. You know what I'm saying. So it's like I passed school, then jumped into that world. You know what I'm saying. It's like you graduated. You didn't even have to go there. You skipped it and graduated. So I know they temptation is a mother effing in that business. Temptation the motherfucker, but somebody you gotta just maybe if they do pay attention and they see me trying to get my shit together, then maybe they might get they get their shit together.
Yeah.
That's how some shit go. But it's like, I don't like I can't criticize because it's like I understand why. And if they younger, then they young. So they gotta grow up, make mistakes. This would make us who we are. You know what I'm saying? They just cash. It's just like, damn, their experiences in life. The shit you go through ups and downs, man. You know how many times I fell and had to pull myself back up, like, yo, what just happened? I don't know, but I gotta keep it pushing.
Let me ask you this. Is it more so as an artist an accountability issue, or do you think the label holds responsibility in that too? You said all that shit is thrown at these young boys, money, women, drugs, anything they want. So do you think that it's more so, given the mental nature of some of these young brothers getting into the game with all this stuff, is it responsibility of the label, or do we, as the people doing it, have to hold ourselves a little more accountable?
Well, you got a circuit. You got a circuit. People are surrounded by people. If you're in a label, you're surrounded by management. You're surrounded by your girlfriend. If you got kids, you're surrounded by your kids. You're surrounded by all these support systems. So it's like if somebody keep allowing it and they let you self-destruct, then you know what I'm saying. It's just too much yes men going on. There's too much of that going on. But for the most part, you know what I think the mindset is, because most of them think in business liabilities and assets. I think the responsibility is like the other situation with them is like, all right, man. Damn, what the fuck I'm trying to thought I lost. I just lost my thought, man, because I know like assets how they feel, but your experiences got to make you the better person. Like I said, your experience. If you don't experience it, you're gonna do that. But it's like I don't know what to say about it. Drugs is illegal. Weed even legal right now, so it's like, come on, man.
Thank God.
Yeah.
Syrup, pills, everything. So I just don't. I mean, as long as they ain't a crackhead or something like that, they should be fine. But I know it's out there, so I don't know who the responsible for them. But if you keep letting them self-destruct, that's kind of ugly. You know what I'm saying? You can't. And people are most afraid of people cutting the check, so they don't tell them. But you can't be scared to talk to the person you right next to you, man. Just because you cut the check, don't put him in position to. Because I'm gonna leave you right where you're at.
Exactly.
And you end up lonely. Then you look around and realize you're all by yourself. Then damn.
Right.
Where that money at if he ain't there to produce his career?
Yeah.
Let's go back to Roc-A-Fella, and you guys, at the top, the world and everything, you guys. Then all of a sudden it's a split. Like you guys find out, you see the spoof video, and you kind of find out that Roc-A-Fella is coming to an end as you know it, and it's split down the middle. Some people go with Dame, some people go with Jay-Z. So at what point did you know Roc-A-Fella was going to split, and how did you feel?
I was cool. I really wasn't. Technically, I don't even know if I was signed to him. You know what I'm saying? You'll catch me bringing, at that time, my own CDs to the set. But as a group, I know whatever that group thing was in that community, we rode. You know what I'm saying? But if they go with the black management, the black body situation, then that's what I would stay with. So if Dame say shine or shift over, we stayed there. So the split was kind of whack to me because it was like we ain't lose. You know what I'm saying? And then if you're a family, how we break up? You see what I'm saying? Family don't really go that far. It's like picking and choosing who my family is right now. I can't pick and choose who family is. They can be family. They might be screw-ups. They might be, productive citizens in this public or whatever. That's my folks, though. You know what I'm saying? Business is different from love. You know what I'm saying? I'm coming from. You got love in the game or you got love for the game. It's different for love for your folk.
Now, did you never got a solo project out under Roc-A-Fella?
No, but I did mixtapes. Y'all ain't getting none of them?
Oh, yeah.
Hold up, guys. Now. They like albums today. You can go to iTunes. You can go to iTunes and up now, guys.
Get them motherfuckers.
Yeah. Because it's two sides of us, man. There's two sides to us. Man, it's like the day was trying to pick out. I was trying to figure out what I was going to wear. So I was like, yo, what am I going to put on today? But since it was hot, I said I'm going to go cool and relax.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But that's what I'm saying. It's all types of sides to it. So, man, it's just be like, I like to say right now, just take my cool, keep my cool, and roll how I roll like this. But as far as that, we cool now. You get to see State Prop out here busting the move. You see Siegel busting his move.
Mm-hmm.
Like you said, they keep asking for verses. I would like to see that happen. You know what I'm saying? Who they put up with State Prop, but I think the locks and the thing with the tour makes sense because we already went through it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like hard to try to put that back together like that.
So talk about that.
We went at it already with the locks.
Yeah. That'd be crazy.
Yeah, because they had the versus battle, right? We're gonna talk about that, but. Did you guys get put on the tour with them too, right? Then they said that.
Yeah,
already.
they set the tour up, so everything's going to. So I don't know what dates, because if y'all seen the different posts, it was different dates for everybody. So it's all about pitting up, going with whose dates going to be on, that kind of cool stuff. So I ain't tripping, check it.
Yeah.
Go to the tour, y'all. Let's get it. Let's get it. That's what I'm on.
So the versus battle.
Yeah.
Did you watch it?
Yeah,
if you did, how'd you feel about that joke?
First, you know how you be like, because I know people.
Yeah.
So I'm on the joke, right? So I'm fucking going through it, right? I'm like, damn, I know people are seeing what's going on and hearing shit. I'm like, oh, this shit don't sound true. So I ain't want to hear nothing about it. So I'm like, I'm walking the prayers, everybody looking at me, trying, I guess they looking at me like, I wonder if he gonna say something about it. I'm looking like, oh man, I'm gonna chill. Then he trying to say, so finally turning it on all the way on, because I was just getting situated with little clips from IG and all that kind of stuff. You see the news.
Hell yeah.
They finally turned it on. I'm seeing it. I'm like, oh, all right. Well, it was hard. It was hard. They was giving Kisses props. I seen the blog say he was like he murdered everybody and all that kind of stuff. But and all how the camera was holding and how they went through it. But I was just like, man, for them two groups to go at it there in that garden, I was like, wow.
It kind of gave you that. It gave you that breath of fresh air. Remembering
it was hip hop.
It was hip hop. Who would y'all go against? Who would it be out there for y'all to go? It would have to be another group like that.
Like the Locks would be good. I think good battle. Because y'all battled them already. You know what I'm saying?
Probably something like, because the people say, I think that's the groups that make sense to go at it in them type of arenas. That's it. But that's other than that, I don't, it ain't that many groups we had when we had out. I was we had Woo, of course.
Yeah.
And then
true that.
They like some other shit.
Yeah,
we see them, it's like, what up, right? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, but that's the only thing you can, as locks, as far as spitters, and you say State Prop. Them, that's the line. That's the matchup. They're like, that's the matchup.
You think G-Unit can mess with y'all? Albeit if they got along. We know they ain't motherfuckers ain't getting along enough to get on the stage. But what if they did G-Unit against State Prop? What you think?
I don't mind. You know what I'm saying? I know they got records. They got big records and stuff like that. But State Prop's to hold their own.
Hell yeah,
absolutely, definitely. So Rough Riders. Take us back to that. Obviously, y'all have a good battle, but how intense was it back then? Because it was other people that was kind of got involved with that whole thing too.
No. Rough Rider was after. Remember, everybody was like pretty much tired by the time you got over there. I think I went back to the hotel. Freedom went back over there. So it was like, man, the night was over. I think we did a hot night, but we up there for 2 hours too, right?
Yeah, it worked.
That was tiring. That was like, we was having join us. So I was tired. But I'm just saying, Cass from Philly too. You know what I'm saying? So it was like one of the things, like, man. But free shout out, free my boy. You know what I'm saying? Wasn't nothing.
Let me ask you.
I guess he ran out of gas.
Let me ask you about Oskino, man. How y'all doing? I know y'all brothers. Y'all been brothers for a long time, but men go through men shit, man. So how y'all doing?
I shout him out when I seen him over at Freeway's kid's funeral. I seen him some other time when I was out and about, say what's going on, and that be that. It don't be too much. I just be, you gotta get a mind. You gotta grow some skin for that kind of stuff. It's like, you don't get into it, but when you know where you stand, anytime, then you gotta argue with nobody. And like you said, we grew up together. Like it's like that's we've been through this already.
Right.
We already been through this already.
Right.
So it's like it ain't nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm past it. Once I go through it with you on another level, it's over for that. You know what I'm saying? So I get past that kind of stuff. Because if it ain't making sense to me, it ain't making sense. And family was more important to focus on and all that stuff. Because I had other stuff going on around and in my family. So that's what I was focused on.
How you feel about Oskino not joining up with everything State Property does? Like he took a stance like he's not going to rock out with that.
That's cool. I don't know why. And it's cool. And that's cool about how they feel amongst themselves. Me, I always been an independent, self-sufficient type of guy.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever was happening, I was pushing. Like me, all my independent. Like I said, I got my own situation independently. So anytime I'm doing something, I involved my squad. You know what I'm saying? No matter how I feel how somebody looking at me, I don't look at it like that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And I was, that kind of stuff was probably rubbed off on a few dudes, and I peeped it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That's how you got to be. You can't be worried about this and that, third, or whatever business move it was made for them to feel that deeply sincere about it. That's kind of crazy because I really don't know. I just seen them going back and forth over about other stuff, you know, about. And I'm like, I just thought it was hip hop, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm like, that, you know, maybe it's just hip hop, but if he just take a stand on that like that, I don't really know. I don't know if he's gonna be. I ain't seen him on the last tour, so I mean, he got his iPod. I mean, what's that podcast and all that kind of stuff?
Yeah, he doing that. Yeah. So I would definitely like to see. I mean, everybody together made the group.
I mean, him and Beans argued. Him and Beans when he was on his.
Yeah, sure was.
So you know, I don't know. I just ain't holding no grudges. I don't do that. It's too much energy.
I hear you.
It takes too much.
What's your relationship like with Beanie now?
I like Beans. I do. That's my boy. I like Siegel because he's a tough kid. Man. He busts his moves and he keep it pushing. You know what I'm saying? And every time I see him, I say, "What's up?" I don't argue about. I just be pissed, but I ain't around. But go do your thing. You know what I'm saying? You gotta get to that own business. You gotta get to that. If you gotta have fun and be comfortable in your own skin. You know what I'm saying? Where I'm coming from. And that's all you gotta be, and then you can get some things done.
Now, do you feel like, I heard you talking about, to go back to Oskino, my last question on that, you guys were partners, right? And you kind of made an analogy, like, I ain't going to use these words. If I'm wrong, correct me.
Right.
Did you think that him going in and out of jail, did that kind of stunt your growth at some point? Do you believe since y'all was partners?
No, you know what? That was, in some words, some people will feel like that. But he was having problems, but I can't. I ain't gonna look at him like that. If he in jail, I gotta say Owen Sparks. I can't.
Got you.
Yeah.
That's natural. Like that's like I'm one of them guys. If it's Owen Sparks and you my dog, if you go to prison and then everybody saying you from West Side and you from the city in the hood, but you don't just give up on your folks like that. You know what I'm saying? He in jail. That's what he needs you.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So it's like I kept pushing. So what all this stuff be about is just be like, damn man, I just follow a different code. That's all it is. I just follow a different code. And I know what I'm worth today.
How does it make you feel looking at a lot of the state prop members or members in hip hop, your chorus in hip hop, passing away or being sick? How scary is that to you? I know because me personally, looking at some of the people that I grew up like, I don't want to say idolizing necessarily, but definitely looking up to in the hip hop game, and then looking at them now going through some of the health ailments, it definitely kind of gives me a different perspective and scares you a little bit. Scares me a little bit.
No, definitely. I think health as well. And so when you ain't take care of it, it's like you gotta be, that's what insurance and all that kind of stuff is for. I don't even understand policy. The labels don't give insurance to the artists. I don't think so. Do they?
I doubt it.
Yeah, so I'm like,
you know better than us.
I be having different stuff going on. But no, for real though, it is scary because these some vets out here. We know them. We grew up on them, and you know what I'm saying? They vets. So it's like messed up. So when you see somebody down, it's like that. Some folks, you'll just be like, who's responsible for them and bring them up? Because it's hard for me to reach out to them if you can't get next to them. You know what
I hear you.
So do you think that how do you feel when you see that, but you see a lot of these rappers promoting that in the music heavier than ever, like the lean, the pills, the Xanax? How does that make you feel as an OG in the game? Even though we know we've done it in the past, but it seems like it's on steroids right now.
I know, man, but see, that's how I feel. It's gonna be a question in your life, right? It's gonna be like, hey, what's your advice? And once you pick it, that's what it be. You know what I'm saying? So like, I know it. You'll be in life, you come from the place, you go like, what you like? We used to make me paranoid. So everything I went with it for the reasons I had. You know what I'm saying? If I'm out here and about somebody might so anything go wrong, I need this kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? I gotta be able to get to it. I need hands to this and hands on this all the time. So it'd be like, but no, for real though, I don't know what to say to it because technically that stuff is legal. It's medical reasons. And you can get it, unfortunately. So it's like, that's $1 billion business too. So, I don't know what to say about it. You know what I'm saying? I just drink responsibly.
Indeed. So, music. We still hearing Omillio do some music, man. What's going on with the music?
Man, listen, I've been trying to get to these studios, man. I got stuff on my mind. It's stuff.
Got a studio in the back.
All right, cool. So listen, I'm talking about I got shit stacked like this because every time you're going through something, you gotta be in some therapy. You need some therapy.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So I be needing therapy, so I get to the, you know what I'm saying? So I just can't get to the booth because I've been frowning and all stuff been going on. I'm like, all right. But definitely, I want to put some more music out. You know what I'm saying? I'm seeing guys out there. And at this point, when you see that, that's motivational to even see guys still going.
Yeah.
Because, you know what I'm saying? That's what people don't really understand about us, too, as a culture, man. If somebody doing it, they keep it pushing, they'll be like, damn, you know, I might have been off it at the time. Some people be off it. And then another guy keep going. They be like, I'm going to keep going.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But that's why when they doing it, I'm making sure I still got something in the vault. Because I'm about to hold up now. You see what I'm saying?
Did you ever think that, looking back, that state property, on Roc-A-Fella would be cemented in hip-hop history like you guys are right now?
No, I used to think, they used to tell me I was on the shelf, so I thought they was just going to throw me away, right? So I'm like, you know what, I got to do something. Don't ring the alarm out there. Come on, Petey. We're going at it. We about to go at it, Petey. No, he is not staying up on the shelf. We're coming out. So it was like one of them things going on. But definitely, man, you didn't know this shit was going to get hit, man. Then you know what's so wild about the business, man? Outside of everything, we got to enjoy and experience and see things in life, man. It's a whole world out there. A whole world, man. It ain't all bad, you know what I'm saying? Some alright people out there, so it's like, man, that was the joint. I just got to kick it with people and learn some things about life. You know what I'm saying? Learn some things and learn some valuable lessons in it, and all that kind of stuff, and meet people and learn business and all that kind of stuff. So that's what's up.
Give us a story during them Rockstar days, something that you can remember or recollect that just was like.
Which one? What Rockstar day? Which one you talking about?
I'm talking about what to do during them Rockstar days. You might have been in a different country or something. I ain't trying nothing to incriminate. I don't want nothing to incriminate yourself. We ain't gonna do.
I was just looking at a picture. We was in New Orleans. There wasn't no country. We was in New Orleans. I just thought back like, yo, this is some hell of a time. I'm like, yo, I'm looking at the pictures like, yo. I was looking at the year I'm looking at, man. I'm like, yo, we used to go just party, man. We party. We go St. Thomas. We was partying, man. We used to party. It's like the only thing about St. Thomas, you got to catch your own food. You got to take your own chickens down.
Damn.
And that's how you eat.
Wow. When folks catching y'all chickens and shit.
They send you out to the yard. You go to the barnyard and you chase it, and you gotta catch the joint.
Oh, it's like a tradition or some shit like that.
Yeah, then you get to eat. You like, oh shucks, man. So I like Jamaicans. They gonna get jerk chicken. They cook it, cut it. I was like, all right, give me that right there, man.
Or catch the shit different.
Yeah, it's different.
You still talk to Dame? When the last time you talked to Dame?
You know what? I haven't talked to Dame since about when I started my company.
Okay.
And I think I shout him out. Probably I think we said something on the gram and stuff like that. But I haven't seen him because everybody else was busting their moves. And they was doing their thing, and I was like, that's cool. But I ain't seen him since. That's like it ain't nothing about too much because we got joints together.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like it ain't about that.
Are you surprised that you still see Jay and Dame going through it damn near 20-something years later?
I thought they settled that. Is that settled? I thought I heard something about something went
recently.
Was it?
I don't know if they settled it, but I know that the judge ruled in favor of Dame.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was settled. Now I saw something about the reasonable doubt thing, right?
Yeah, the NFT joint. Yeah.
Well,
it's still ongoing. It's still ongoing, but they said that Dame Dash could sell his portion, the portion that he only is allowed to sell.
Right.
Oh, okay. Well, that's still going on. Yeah, that's kind of like yeah. And I guess he's stubborn, and he ain't out of game. I think they started up together, and whatever happened, they couldn't come together. So it was like, you know what? Where my stuff at? And then they said, "Well, I don't want to." But I don't know.
You think it's
I think for them to start together, it's like it's the same as trying to argue with people. You know what I'm saying? It can hurt too. They can hurt too. So this is between people about business. It's nasty, man.
Ego. You think it was not ego, but do you think that it was their personalities? Like Jay-Z was more laid back, reserved. Dame was more.
Dame is
right.
He outspoken. Jay, like, I'm an artist too. You know what I'm saying? So he going business. He going strategy, and he, like you say, like he probably more ego and rambunctious about pushing. So it's different. Then he's not an artist, and he is.
Yeah.
So if people had to choose between that and the artist, I think they'd go with the artist.
What do you think Roc-A-Fella could have went if they did stay together? Because Dame, we had him on the show a few months back. His vision was always to, have everybody just stay together, but do their thing separately, but stay as a family. And Jay-Z kind of took it a different level. So what do you think Roc-A-Fella would have been if y'all stayed together?
Shit, man. After that, to do that, it's incredible, man. I think right now it's the same where Hoes at. It's the same thing because we did state prop clothes, We did all that stuff. It's just that Dane was doing business different, and Dan Ho was doing business different. If somebody's doing this way and you thinking this way and you going this way, you coming from another situation, it's different. But it's an empire, it's still there. It's just the distance between us, but we still part of that.
Right.
It's history.
Yeah.
It's like saying he on this part of history, but you see him in the same picture together.
Right.
It's like y'all guys the same history. It's like with us. It was like, damn, we stayed away from, but history still is there. Bring it up. Hey, state prop is such and such and such and such and such. State prop come from this. Like you still know Sparks did the hub. So you know it. This 20-something years later.
Yeah.
This 20-something years later.
Facts,
so
facts.
his money still been made, and it is what it is. It's even corporational. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? Because it's for the corporate office. We was in the office. It wasn't in our basements.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it was like, wow, man, it's just, they'll get it together eventually, I guess. If not, I don't know.
What was one of your worst
I guess he
favorite?
get his shares. I see they doing that.
Yeah. They working for that money.
Yeah, they getting their shares.
Right.
So it's like, all right. So shit, they talking. Shit.
What's your favorite? One of your favorite verses you spit in the booth? I know when Tales of a Hustler is one of my favorite verses.
Thank
you.
Thank you. Everybody feel like that about Tales of Us, the 5 stars they gave it, and all that kind of stuff. But one of my favorite verses, I think, if I could do it all again, because it was like it meant a lot to me about my folks and stuff like that. And it's not really up tempo and all that kind of stuff. It was just like that got to be one of my joints because it was like. So that's what made me, because it made me make the person I am. Made me want to be a better person.
Oh.
So that's why that joint was hard for me. But definitely everybody go with State Prop. But it's so many, I can't even really give you the best one because I wrote a lot of joints that I like. I just heard one. I just heard one on the joint somebody pushed out, and I'm like, damn, I forgot about that. I like that one. I like that one. So yeah, I wrote so much, man. It's ridiculous. So.
Right. Whatever happened to Emil? What happened with her? Roc-A-Fella? Do you know? Because she kind of just was there. It was like the female. Next thing you know, she was gone.
Well,
you met her before?
She was there. I mean, she just State Prop one with us, man. She
Okay,
stuff like that. Yeah, so I met her. And I think whatever was going on with them at the time was about some business. I don't know. And then she left, and they got rid of her. But that's when we got there that she left, so I couldn't really. I didn't get a chance to kick it all the way with her and stuff like that immediately. But I met her. But I think Jay was saying something about something. I don't know. I can't tell you if it was a work ethic or not, because she did drop an album. So I don't know. And then she was on a bunch of records, so I can't really tell you. So I don't want to quote. Don't quote me on it.
Was Jay writing for her? Was anybody writing for her? Or was she writing?
I think he probably wrote for her.
Yeah. Talking to you now for the amount of time we've been talking to you, I can kind of see Baby Boy in you. Like the vibe is there.
Yo,
talk about casting that. How did that come about?
Oh my goodness, that was the we go up listen. We up there kicking it, we busting it up. They doing the first 80. They getting all the people, all the characters. So they got this role for me, and I'm like, man, what's the role? It's Scott and Peanut. I'm like, all right, well, I don't want to read. I'm reading. I'm like, this ain't enough. I need a different role. Give me a different role. So they give me another job. Baby Boy. I'm like, bet I can play this role. But definitely, man, that casting call and that whole experience, man. We stayed in Jersey, out past in New Jersey, and we landed. And we had a great time doing that, man. I tell you, it was the first ADs, people on that job, the guy, whoever wrote it. You know what I'm saying? Assistant directors and all that stuff. Man, it was a great time. It's
gonna go down in hip hop history, man.
Yeah, State Prop, man. It was wild. They was like, yeah, it's in one of my DVD collections. I said, that's what I'm talking about. They still got the DVDs.
Now that's like on.
They still got the DVDs.
Is that on Netflix or anything like that?
Got there now. You know, world changed.
So do you guys get anything off of that?
You got to. Residual ain't going nowhere, man. Once you
That's what's up.
they gotta get your money.
That's what's up.
Yeah, I'm saying once you do all that kind of stuff, so them Jones would be like that. You ain't tripping about too much, but it's like I'm still SAG. So therefore, you're on this because I'm union. You see what I'm saying?
How's the streaming bag different from the digital bag?
Yeah, the stream to date. That's funny you ask because I ain't really been doing the streaming thing. Because I know somebody was saying how many is it? Somebody was to believe how labels was paying artists.
Stupid.
They were saying they was paying the artists off the streams, and I was like, I ain't know about it. That was unheard of. You know, we do percentages. I'm like, what's that mean? I'm like, I don't know. So I ain't really touch on it.
So even in the movie, you do percentages. You don't mess with the stream.
No. You can go up and stream if you do it because the day is different. So you would do a different contract. You know?
Okay.
It depends on what lawyer you use or what, all that kind of stuff. But you just go to a different joint. You're like, oh, all right.
Gotcha.
But it's streaming because people been doing 1 billion streams. It was like, well, damn.
And not getting $1 billion.
Like, $1 billion. It's $1 billion. It's $1 billion. Like, shit.
Right.
All right.
At one point, you talked about Jay. We kind of touched on it a little bit before with Jay-Z, with the "Give It to Me" thing. What's your overall perception of Jay-Z now, like from then to now? Do you think he just didn't know, or do you think he was like intentionally trying to do that by not cutting you into the publishing and letting you know about how you should be set up as an artist?
Well, it wasn't done in the office space. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't done in the office space, and I think at that time with the business that was surrounding us, it was like one of them things, and he was needing a single at the time. You know what I'm saying? So it was timing. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, so at that time, you ain't know, and then you needed time to grow. You know what I'm saying? So we can sit here and talk about that all day long. People be pissed about this story, actually, too. They be like, you know what? Tell you snap about the situation. Say, fuck this, fuck this. I'm like, damn, But I knew what the situation was. So I really just running into the person and saying, hey, I even do this. You know what I'm saying? Because the lawyers weren't from here. Yeah. It wasn't from my town. You know what I'm saying? So that's all that'd be.
Young Omillio Sporks, wild boy, state property at 17 years old, 18 years old, to the grown man you are now, man. Talk about how you've grown and talk about just the journey you've had going through hip-hop, the ups and downs, the highs and lows, and where you at right now.
Well, the journey is always, like I said, is a hell of an experience, man. We got to meet some good folks, and like you said, we had an impact on young artists and all that kind of stuff.
Yes, sir.
And what happened with the older artists and with the younger guys is we get older, so we just got seniority in the business, so it's a respect level on business, on how we do business. So we'll be like, all right, cool, and then we get recognized, and we probably just don't see people. You know what I'm saying? It's like, so that kind of stuff be going on. Be like, so we still out here, we around.
Right.
It be just like that.
What new artists anywhere, but particularly in Philly, that do you rock with right now?
Good question.
Well, I'm an R&B dude. I don't really listen to rap. Listen, I mean, there's new guys in the city that's come out in our town. Guys, we even people that's around me doing music. We got folks and family that's doing music, but I don't listen to that music. You know what I'm saying? I listen to R&B. There's no disrespect to them and none of that stuff. Oh, and us, I listen to us, our era we grew up. So I like that music.
Yeah.
So
let's talk about R&B then. Who's your R&B? Old school R&B, or you listen to today's R&B?
That's Prince. Who else? I like this Jasmine Sullivan. Oh no! It's Selena Johnson right now. It's big in my studio, my John.
Dope.
I like her. I like her.
Yeah, I fuck with her.
All that, yo.
Yeah.
Her.
We heard her live. She was a beast.
Yo, she's
guitar,
all that.
piano, all that shit.
Yeah, hers, all that. So that's what I've been listening to lately. She all that too. Throwbacks.
Oh.
What do you think about DMX, man?
Come on,
we was talking about that.
Everybody knew X was an animal. Right? Come on, it was DMX.
He passed away, the way he passed away.
Rest his soul. It's DMX. You can't get around that, I was tripping about the verses with him and Snoop. I was like, damn, they got to put Snoop and DMX in the joint.
That was a little weird.
I was like,
yeah, that was different.
All right, fuck it. I know they big names and stuff like that, but I was like, but X was, y'all know X was an animal. He was an animal.
No doubt, man. My final question for you, man. Definitely appreciate your time on the
Yes, sir.
Thanks for having me. Thanks for having me. Like I said, you connected to the youth, man. They like you. They got to rapport with you, and you got to report back. Give some advice to the youth, man. Given what you've been through in the game.
Stay focused. You can't. Listen. Anything worth having is worth fighting for. Stay focused. Do what you need to do, and surround yourself with the best team you can. Try to keep the right energy going, and push, and stay mindful.
Got Omillio Sporks from State Property on the Hip Hop Uncensored podcast. Drop your social media handles or how people can contact you.
Definitely. I'm at the Real Omillio Sporks on Instagram, Omillio Sporks on FB, and the Real Omillio Sporks, Sparks on Twitter, and that's that.
Definitely appreciate your time. Omillio Sporks on the Hip Hop Uncensored podcast. About to get him to sign the board. Tag us up, man, and take some pictures. We definitely appreciate your time.
Yes, sir.
Thanks for having me. Appreciate you for having me.
All right, bro.